on all day to protect her. As they entered the elevator, he encountered a man with a bat tattoo and felt something was amiss. Before he could react, Chae-sang was knocked unconscious and tied up. Sion then received a call from a colleague, informing her that Chae-sang had been kidnapped while searching for evidence. She remembered what she'd heard during Chae-sang's hypnosis session and was filled with fear and panic. Pin-yu was in the chairman's office, threatening him to hand over the company's management. Otherwise, he would release a video of Chae-sang being executed in the chairman's election room. The video would become top news within 30 minutes. The police received the information and were driving to the location where they thought Chae-sang was being held. They saw people approaching and mobilized all their forces to fight and stop them. They fought like in a kung fu movie. Sion was hit with a stick by one of them. The team leader protected her with a knife and told her to hurry and save Chae, but the door was blocked by several men. She used a chair to break the glass door and rushed in to untie Chae-san. Chi-sin's subordinate brought the evidence related to the case to the office and presented the clues to his boss. The next day, the chairman went to his office and was surrounded by reporters who questioned him about the previous night's events. All the investors involved in the chairman's projects refused to answer his calls. Seeing the situation spiraling out of control, the lawyer suggested destroying all documents related to the chairman. Chae-sang returned from the hospital, and his subordinate was overjoyed to see him safe. His boss called everyone to a meeting and showed them the documents found in the victims' bags. There was a note addressed to Chae-sang. Before the chairman's wife died, she had prepared these documents to help Chae-sang investigate in case something happened to her. After analyzing the gathered clues, everyone decided to investigate the pastor's charity fund. When they arrived, they found his accomplices preparing to destroy documents. Chae-sang went to the chairman's office, wanting him to cooperate in the investigation. Meanwhile, the pastor was arrested. In the interrogation room, no matter what they said, the chairman insisted he knew nothing. Seeing this, Chae-sang told his subordinate to turn off the recording device. He said there was a way to keep the chairman safe: blame everything on Pin-yu. Pin-yu was still stubbornly testing his bioengineered drugs on humans. He told his subordinate to find a place to hide and clear his name. Sion was almost home when she met some women from her neighborhood. They dragged her inside and prayed for Chae-sang's safety. When Sion reached the front gate, Chae-sang said that if one day her hatred for him subsided, he would tell her about the other world, how happy they were, how much he loved her, and how adorable their daughter was. Chae-sang confronted Pin-yu and played him a recording of his conversation with the chairman, where he said he would pin everything on Pin-yu. But actually, the recording had been edited by his subordinate to execute his plan to break them up. After listening to the recording, Pin-yu seemed frightened. The chairman was persuading Pin-yu's right-hand man to betray him, and it seemed he agreed. He even arranged a funeral for Pin-yu with reporters waiting. The chairman went to meet with Pin-yu. He didn't expect that his right-hand man would betray him. Chae-sang's two subordinates were waiting in ambush and called his team. The chairman ordered someone to hold Pin-yu and administer the joke to dispose of him. Suddenly, the situation turned upside down. Everyone around the chairman was actually Pin-yu's undercover agents. The chairman was shocked and terrified. Pin-yu accused him of not taking care of him and leaving him to live a miserable life. Then he injected the drug into the chairman's neck. The investigation team arrived, but the chairman was already lying motionless on the ground. Immediately after, the two sides engaged in a fierce fight. Taking advantage of the chaos, Pin-yu and his henchmen escaped. Chae-sang pursued them relentlessly, but to no avail. Meanwhile, the boss in the office informed the pastor and the lawyer working under the chairman that he had died and they should confess the truth. After escaping the investigation team, Pin-yu was preparing to board a ship to cross the border, but he still harbored the intention to continue his human experimentation abroad. He instructed his subordinate to bring the girl who had been tested with his medicine and survived, along with him. After the laboratory was abandoned, the girl remained tied up and alone. Chae-sang's investigation team discovered the location of the laboratory. At that time, Pin-yu's henchmen arrived and took the girl away. As they were getting into the car, the police arrived, blocking their path and demanding the release of the girl. The police instructed the henchmen to call Pin-yu. Upon learning that the girl, on whom he had spent billions of dollars to test his medicine, had been apprehended by the police, Pin-yu was furious. Soon after returning, Chae-sang was invited to the television station for an interview regarding Pin-yu's case. All the information, along with his crimes, was publicly broadcast on television, and a nationwide warrant for his arrest was issued. Upon returning home, Chae-sang saw smoke billowing from Sion's house. Thinking that the house was on fire, he rushed inside to check. It turned out that she had forgotten to turn off the stove. He found Sion crying silently and could only comfort her. Sion then asked Chae-sang about life in the afterlife, and Chae-sang recounted the happy moments he dreamt of having there. The next morning, when Sion woke up, she heard someone ringing the doorbell. She went to open it and found a bouquet of flowers. As she picked them up and turned to go inside, she saw Pin-yu standing in the yard. Suddenly, she felt dizzy and fainted. Chae-sang, carrying food to Sion, saw that everything was in disarray and went inside to investigate. He immediately guessed that something had happened to her. He went to the prosecution office and shared his suspicions with everyone, predicting that Pin-yu would attack Sion at her old house. When they arrived, they found nothing. Then they received a report that Pin-yu's mother had died in the hospital. It was then that everyone realized they had gone to the wrong place. Pin-yu had taken Sion to the rooftop and tied her up. He was about to attack her when she picked up a shot of glass and knocked him down. Due to the lingering effects of the anesthetic, she couldn't run and fell. Pin-yu dragged her back. Meanwhile, the others were racing up to the rooftop. Sion was about to be struck, but they arrived just in time. The team leader shot Pin-yu in the arm. Pin-yu then attempted to jump off the building and commit suicide, but he was saved by the team leader and Chae-sang. Sion was then given handcuffs to apprehend the murderer of her family. After everything was settled, Chae-sang and Sion visited the grave of his brother's daughter. Afterward, they went for a walk together. Chae-sang said that he wouldn't be by her side anymore and was about to leave when Sion called him back. She said she wanted to be with him for the rest of her life. He had to stay with her until her anger subsided. They embraced each other with overwhelming emotion. All the dangers and hardships had passed, and life returned to peace. The team leader continued his work at a new police station. The boss also found the love of his life. Sion called Chae-sang, informing him that she was in the hospital. He rushed over in a panic, only to learn that she was pregnant. Chae-sang was taken aback and exclaimed, "You got pregnant on the first try." He vowed to take care of her and their child for the rest of his life, and they embraced each other happily, welcoming the new member of their family.